And I think a lot of people forget that you're not just a gym person, and you broke the book up into two different chapters that are linked to your tattoos. Why did you get a lot of negative feedback from people who said, "Oh, why is this not a self-help book on how to improve your lifts?" I mean, you made me deadlift better, squat better, bench better, but I actually feel like a better person for reading your book.
Yeah.
Is that the aim? Why didn't you do it? Because you could have sold more copies. I love the way you did it.
This is what I know. So I've had a few people that just bought the book, not knowing what it was about, not reading the synopsis or the reviews, and they're like, "I thought this was going to be a book about training and lifting, and it wasn't." But even so, all the feedback I've received has been just phenomenal. So. You can go check out reviews on Amazon and such if you want, but the personal feedback that I've been getting via messages and emails and all that, it's had a really profound impact on people that have made their way through it, and that's really my mission. So, for the longest time I've signed off every email that I've written as "live better through strength," and I have no idea where I came about just saying that, but that is my message. That is my goal, is to help people realize that struggle and adversity are not to be avoided. They're not only not to be avoided, but those things that we need to seek out. And we do that in the gym, in the physical nature, but people don't realize the rest of their life, is that way. And I've met a lot of people that, have those struggles. And by no means my book is written in a manner like, "Oh, woe is me," or my life is worse than anyone else's, which is not, and that's not the way it's written. It is written to show you how far you can move the needle. If I can go from being a homeless kid in the woods at 6 years old, learning to handle rattlesnakes and bathe himself in creek water and forage for mushroom and kill animals, to putting myself through college, raising my 3 sisters while I did it so they didn't have to live in that environment, deal with murderers, serial killers, human trafficking, all these things, and get to the point where, I am, a sought after executive that's brought in to come in and fix and turn around companies and get them sold, to just before I'm 40, walking away from that to say, this is what I want to do in the world. This is how I want to have an impact. This is how I want to leave my legacy, and pare down everything in my life from my personal life. And there's some difficult things I walk through there, from my personal life to my business life to my lifting. Every single one of those, I made huge changes to execute that vision. And it's if I can come from there and move the needle that far with those philosophies, what can you do? And so it's a story of self-actualization, and every chapter has the story, but then what are the themes from it? What can you learn from it? How can you take action from it? Yet at the same time doing it in a way that's asking you questions of yourself and not telling you how to live your life, not telling you what your values or goals should be, not telling you, what morality is important, but to ask you and to make you think down the path so you can find those answers for yourself and then live the life that you want. Because I see so many people that just go through the motions of living life, right? And I use the term in the book, they let life live them, It's the living for the weekend. It's just, making do. It's,
dreading Monday.
Or the people that are living a tough life, and you ask them, who are you? And they tell you what has happened to them. They tell you the stories of things that have happened to them. And it's like, well, that's not who you are. Sure, that's had an influence on who you are, but you are defined not by the things that have happened to you, but by your actions and responses to those obstacles in your life. That is the definition of who you are. And so many people kind of mix and match. They maybe it's victimization or whatever it is, but I'm a such and such survivor. I'm a, like that is their story, and that shouldn't be your story. That's what's happened to you that you had no control over, and so, there's that and a lot of other pieces of very usable, actionable information in there. And so for me, it's just the passion of sharing these messages and stories and helping people, because that's what I want to do, and that's what I've always been. Is when I was a leader and executive, I guess I still am. But for me, it was all what I enjoyed from that was the helping people be able to realize that they had more potential than they thought, to be able to take on challenges and obstacles. And when you would see those wins happen, you would see so many other aspects of their life start improving as well. And that's what I enjoyed. It's that coaching, it's that mentoring, it's helping people, it's putting those challenges in front of people. And so what my book is a challenge.